Hey, this is Doctor McFarland, and I wanted to give you a rundown of my new pedalboard setup featuring the Boss ES-8 and other fun toys. So let's check it out. Alright guys, so this is my new pedalboard setup. I still have some of the same pedals that I had on my previous board, but the newest addition is the Boss ES-8. So very quickly, this is the visual sound, which is now True Tone, the Route 66 American Overdrive pedal. And what's great about this pedal is one enclosure. You got compressor and then overdrive, and it's got separate ins and outs for each side of the pedal. So how I have this set up is I always have the compressor on. So I'm going from my wah pedal, which I use just for a few songs. But if I didn't have my wah pedal in the first of the chain, I would just plug my guitar cable straight into the input of the compressor side. And then out of the compressor is going to the input over here of the Boss ES-8. Okay, so the compressor is always on and it's starting the signal chain. Okay, now from there, I have all 8 loops filled up back here. First is the POG, and then is the Tube Screamer side, and then this OD Glove, which is kind of like a Marshall crunchy kind of tone. The Midnight 30 Music, which is a guy off of Instagram out of New York, makes this really great Sequel 6 fuzz with 4 different fuzz type sounds. Then I got my boost. And then I'm running the Line 6 M5, which is the Swiss Army knife of tones on my board. And then next is the Boss DD7, just for a simple set it and forget it kind of delay sound. And then last in the chain is the TC Electronic Hall of Fame. And of course I have a tuner, which is controlled by the whenever I press the mute button. Okay, it goes, the tuner is always on, so if I want a silent tune, I just press the mute button and I can tune with that right there. And this is my expression pedal for the Line 6 M5. And I really just use the wah pedal for, I think, one song right now. Alright, so let's talk about this cool little box I got going on down here. This is my patch bay. And this is all the ins and outs of my board, except for the input. I have used the 4 cable method for a few years now. And like other guitar players, I like to hear my delay and reverb after my preamp. Okay? And before the post amp, which is where the effects loop just so happens to be placed in the amplifier. This cable is my channel switch. Okay. This cable right here is going from the volume send of the volume pedal loop, because Boss was so nice they gave us an extra loop to place the volume pedal wherever we want in the chain. So this cable is going to the front of the amp. Okay. And then on the back of my amp over here, there is a effects loop send. And that is going right here, this cable. Okay, so that send is going to the input of my, or to the return of my volume loop here on the back of the ES-8. Okay, so what that's doing is creating a small loop that's going to the front of the amp, going to the preamp of the amplifier. Okay, and then this cable right here is going to the effects loop return of the amplifier. Okay, and it's coming out actually of this this output right here, the overall output of the Boss ES-8. Okay, so what that is doing is splitting my signal into two, so I can send. Let me get you this page right here. Alright, there we are. See the V? See the V right here? That is the volume loop. Okay, and I can place that anywhere in the chain. But as you can see, I have 8, 7, 6, 5. Alright, so my boost, delay, line 6 and 5, and reverb are going to the effects loop of the amp. And then my other 4 pedals right here, compressor, this side of the pedal, Pog, and my 2 dirt pedals, other 2 dirt pedals, are going to the front of the amp. So that allows me to gain stage the tones on my amplifier just how I want them. And let's say I wanted my boost going to the front of the amp. Well, all I have to do is I'm gonna click over on number 5 here. I can press the plus and minus arrows, and let's say I want it before the volume loop. Okay, so I can do that. I can use my boost pedal to actually boost the gain of the amplifier and not just boost the volume of the amplifier. Okay, that's very, very distinctive sound. Okay, because this boost is you're adding compression to those preamp tubes, and you're really pushing more gain into the amp. Okay, now for the same reason, if I wanted to push more gain in front of my fuzz or in front of my OD glove, which is number 3, I can put the 5 before number 3, and this boost pedal is going to push more gain into the OD glove. Okay? And I can assign that per patch, wherever I want. Okay? So that is pretty cool. And yeah, so that's the ins and outs there.